And people are like, well, that's just expensive. Yes, if you're going to be a promoter, be prepared to spend your money.
Yeah.
And hopefully you make it back. We're not thinking on the lines of that balance with anything that's going on right now. It's me and y'all.
Hello and welcome to Start the Beat with Sykes. My name is Sykes and this is my podcast. Before we get started, I just wanted to take a quick moment to thank everyone who checked out the last episode. If you're one of those people, I hope you enjoyed it and thanks so much for coming back. But for those of you out there who are new to the show, welcome. Please feel free to make yourselves at home. And as always, there's beer and soda and whatever else you want in the fridge. Get yourself something, sit down, relax. We're going to be chilling here. I'm sitting here today with someone I haven't seen in a very long time,
bro.
And I got a lot of things to say about this person sitting next to me. Honestly, you don't even know, but you're going to know. But please, the internet, make some noise for my friend, the Buttonpusha.
What's up, Sykes? Good to see you again, man.
It's really good to see you. I really appreciate you being here.
Oh, man, I seen it on the line. I said, Sykes is doing a show. I hope he remember me.
Oh, no, cool. I could never forget you.
Man.
It was like one of the things. It was like, it means a lot to have you here and for us to still be here because, like, a lot of people that know me nowadays don't know me from way back in the day. You know what I mean? Like so many people, you know how it is. Like how many people do you know from fucking 12 years ago, 15 years ago that are still doing shit?
Right?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't know like what it was like back in the Shadow Lounge days and things like that. And you were one of the first promoters that ever gave me a shot.
Yeah.
And not even like just like letting me get on a show. Like you booked me multiple times.
And you TV too.
And you never asked me for a fucking dime.
Say that one more again for people who think Buttons is greedy.
No, you never asked me for a fucking dime. Like, sure, there was things where it was like, oh, move some tickets.
Sell your tickets.
And things like
and
that.
You got half of the money back. Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, and that was one of the things too, is like, aside from being one of the first people to ever give me a shot, you're one of the first people that gave me shit for not working as hard as I should.
Yes.
And I feel like,
you
saw, like, I feel like you saw something in me and maybe the people that like you put on your shows. I remember like one time I played a show and like, I just didn't move the tickets and like, you pulled me aside and you were just like, you can do better than this. You're better than this. Yeah. And nobody ever fucking said that to me before. It's always just kind of like, it's okay, whatever.
Nah.
And that mentality, fuck that. Because like you really helped me in my early days, like get my head on straight with focusing and promoting and just like knowing, like understanding my worth and understanding what work is. So
I'm very proud of you. Let me say this. I'm very proud of you. When I seen that you were doing shows and the printing and I was like, see, that is what I seen then. The potential of your greatness. It was my job and it still is to look at who comes in front of me, look you in your eye. And it's just the gift that God gave me and say, you know what? I see good. And I'm going to push you. I might piss you. Can you curse on her?
Yeah.
I might piss you the fuck off.
Yeah.
But I'm going to push you towards your greatness. And you might not get it for 6 years. You might not get it for 10 years.
Yeah. No.
But when you get it,
I got it right away.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what I mean? Like it was one of those things I was just always super grateful for. And like, I don't know, it's awesome too, because again, like after the Shadow Lounge closed, which was like, that was kind of like our home for each other.
That was a hub.
We all kind of had to find our own paths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like everybody just kind of getting like pushed out, and then everybody, I ended up, I found my thing. I kept doing my shit, found my own people. And then you obviously now you have Grind City,
baby,
which, we'll get into all of that. But I mean, our paths have like separated, but we've definitely both been, very productive and active in our community and things like that, so it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
What the fuck have you been doing?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I know what you've been doing, but tell the people.
All right. So for people who don't know, my name is the Buttonpusha. I'm 24 years in veteran Pittsburgh Hip-Hop and abroad. And my goal has always been to push you who are considered underground. I've stayed underground. I've never pursued the industry. I've always loved independent arts and independent artists. And my goal has always been to build something where we can bring each other together, get everybody in the room, and then you go where degree that you born with. So that was the goal with everything. The ripple effect, which were the TV shows, The Culture and Me, Rockin' Live with the Buttonpusha I had on PCTV for many years. And then I had naturally the Hip Hop Buffet series. And that was just like the mecca, because with that show, we had so many different types of hip hop.
Yeah.
Every show. You couldn't repeat the show in a year cycle, so you knew you were going to get fresh artists, and we had the out-of-towners. So we created an element where we were able to build lanes for people to travel. So since then, when the Shadow Lounge closed, like you said, everybody was like, what are we going to do? And I was one of those people. I was frustrated. I knew I didn't want to be a rapper in the industry, even though I can spit sometimes when I'm on a good day. I knew that whatever I did was going to include my babies, my babies, and whatever I did was going to have to make me reach farther inside myself than I had gone.
Yeah, it makes so much sense because, with the hip hop shit, there's so much ego.
Oh man.
And with you, there isn't that. It's always been more about the community. But if there isn't ego about you, it's just because like you feel like the world can do better than it is.
Yes. And
so
you know what? And people misconstrue that.
Yeah.
They do it all the time. Oh, she's mean or she's rude or she's unapproachable. No, I'm not full of shit.
No, yeah.
You can't waste time around me. We cannot get time back. So you need to do something with every moment that you have available to you. And if you're going to be around me, I'm going to push you to do that.
It's important.
Or you won't be around me. I don't keep many folks around me. But when I build with a lot of people intellectually because I'm a one-on-one builder. Because something like they say, the individual is brilliant. The mob is idiots. So sometimes I can't get with the mob. I never was the type that would go be with the mob. Everything I did was different. And so I wanted to be able to attract the people who could appreciate that difference. And that's what we did all of those years. So when we got to the point where everything kind of went its other way, I said, well, let me fall back and figure out what I can do next. And I talked to the Lord and I said, God, I need a building. And I finally got one. So that's where Grind City came from. And that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Putting it together.
Grind City is it's a space in Swissvale.
Yeah.
I haven't been there. I looked it up on the internet. I definitely want to come through, please. I'm definitely going to check it out. But yeah, so you're doing a lot of stuff in that space. You have a recording studio, like photography studio, video studio. You also do live streaming and things like that.
And performance. Yep.
You've been keeping just as busy as I have.
Yes.
If not busier. You do so much shit.
Just wrote a book, got the documentary out online. So
it's so much. And it's just one of those things where it's, you're a super hard worker. I've always just had, a tremendous amount of respect for you. And just the consistent output. Because it's like, that's the thing now, with me being, however long I've been doing this shit. Not as long as you, but long enough.
Yeah. You in it, you a vet.
The thing that only matters to me anymore is consistency.
Yes.
It's like I don't even care if you're bad at what you do.
Oh, you're consistently bad.
I mean,
you might get good.
If that's the thing. It's like if you give a fuck about what you're doing and your heart's in the right place, if you're consistent, you will get better.
You will get better. And that was my thing. Like when we did the Ripple Fair, people would watch the show and be like, why the fuck would you put this guy on TV? I said, because he had the courage to do it.
Yeah.
If you think you can do it, I was going to showcase you. I've grown from that point because I've had to, because this is a business and people have to realize that at some point, when I first started, it was a hobby. Hey, I can't get a stage. So I'm going to make a stage and I'm going to bring you to the stage. But after a while, when you start putting your money in this shit, I lost tons of money with the Hip Hop Buffet series.
Sure.
And I didn't make it back at all. So when you start putting your money in this shit, your mindset has to tilt a little bit towards understanding how business works and finding a way to balance the two. I know underground artists don't make a lot of money. We work. I work too. So how can I build something that can remain powerful and consistent with an artist's needs and not tax them? And that's always the flux here. So when you find somebody who is consistent at their grind, I want to give that kid a shot. Because I know if you're doing it with nothing and you're still doing it, if I give you a little bit, just a little bit, you're going to fly to heaven with it.
Yeah.
So here's a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's so crucial. Again, this is probably probably repeat this more on my show than anything else. So people that listen to the show a lot, I apologize. But with you, and I'm sure that you can understand where I'm coming from, when people reach out to me asking like, yo, like, how can I start a podcast? Like, how can I start getting into making beats and things like that? I'm like, you don't need anything more than the actual desire to want to do it. If you really fucking want to do this,
everything's on the internet.
You'll make
Look this shit up.
You'll make it happen.
Yeah.
But if you're like half-hearted and you're not serious and you can't be consistent and figure out how to just work through figuring the stuff out, it ain't gonna happen.
It's not. And no one's going to give you shit. The only thing you're really going to get for free out here after you pay for your internet bill is the internet. Get your ass on there and get to digging. Because after a while, I don't mind teaching. I'm a teacher. I'd have no problem teaching. But you have to be careful for the succubus. Right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You have to be careful of the leeches, the people that don't want to do the work. They want you to tell them every step of the way. How I start a podcast, Buttons, you know how to do it. Oh, you should make a tutorial about that. Well, there's plenty of tutorials out there available, so go find it, because mine, you're going to pay me for it.
If I even made a tutorial, would your impatient ass even watch it?
Would you watch it? No, you want to come in and watch me press buttons, think you got it, and go do it and fuck it up, and then get mad that it didn't turn out right. I spent countless of hours playing with camera angles, playing with different programs. I brought programs that's $500-$600 that I don't even need. Trying to figure out how all this shit worked for Facebook to go, hey, you know, if you hit a button on your phone now, you can go live.
Yeah.
I've been investing in this shit before that. So it gets to a point where if you are consistent on your grind, the next logical step is investment. Period. You cannot go further if you don't set a line to a point where you take your hobby and make it an investment in self. And that's the problem that we run in with a lot of these younger rappers right now, a lot of these younger talents that don't understand. There are things in this business that you need to learn. One thing that I offer at Grind City is something called stage presence class. Right? Okay. Now, stage presence class, the first thing you'll come to mind is, hey, put your hands up, Scott, in the middle, because you know that's how I get down. I rock. But it's not just that. Stage presence started the minute you came downstairs to say, hey, Buttons, my stage presence started right there at that point. How did I present myself? Do I smell good? Do I look good? Did I have some type of promo? When I walked in the door, did I disrespect your spot? Did I just go around touching things? Did I press a button? Or was I respectful? That is all stage presence.
Yeah, sure.
Was I on time? That is so damn important.
I think, like, you know, stage presence, there's an element of it that is just being respectful and empathetic to the audience.
Yes.
Where it's like, if you're stepping on stage, people want a show, and you got to give it to them.
You got to give it to them.
You know, and like, understand that they're there to see something entertaining. Be entertaining.
Yes.
Especially if you're going to be in this hip hop rap realm where you're talking about all this ego driven braggadocious shit and you're just going to stare at your shoes the whole time on stage.
Hey, yo.
Give me a fucking break.
Hey, yo. And, or you get on stage, you rapping about money. I was at a show not too long ago, and you know, I don't even go out that more because I'm old. I don't go out that much no more, but I went to the show and they had me judge. It's the first time I ever judged anything in my whole career. Okay. And I don't think I'll do it again. I don't like to judge. I like to teach, but I'm a judge at the show, and the girl, she's up there rapping, and she throws out fake $100 bills. First of all, you trying to start a damn riot because motherfuckers is broke. So don't go throwing some fucking money and it's fake. That is not helping you. That should not be a part of your stage presence. I don't like when people get on stage and they grab their ball. What's up, bitches? What's up, my dude? You just call me a bitch? Now you want me to stand here and clap for you?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna need you to fix that. So I offer stage presence class to get people to understand the mindset of being an artist, not just the rapper, not just the aspect of being on the stage, but all of it, all of the work that it takes to get to the stage. And once you get up there, how you act.
Oh, it's almost like common courtesy and respect classes.
Yeah. Well, it's called professional etiquette. Really. Yeah. I just call it stage presence because it's easier for people to correspond with the two things.
The world is a stage,
The world
right?
is your stage. Yeah. So when people come to Grind City, the minute I open up the door of Grind City, I'm inviting you to my stage.
Yeah.
So my stage needs to be clean. My stage needs to have a dope atmosphere. It has to be inviting so that you be creative. So I'm going to do my part with my stage. But if you walk on my damn stage with muddy shoes, we going to have a problem. So clean your goddamn shoes before you come to my stage. It's all the presence. So those are things that I want to teach young people. The other thing that I do is something called hip-hop therapy. I teach this at Children's Hospital via the Music Smiles program through Sonny Poogar Memorial. And I also teach it at McKeesport Behavioral Health Unit in their hospital because we have to remember exactly what hip-hop is. And we're getting very, very far away from that. And I think now with the way that the climate is changing just in the world right now, we're starting to understand just how strong and important this tool is right here. So yeah, we use it and we do outreach, but we get to do inner reach, to reach within, right? So hip hop therapy is something that I've been doing my whole career. Really, I used to do it with Gateway to the Arts. I taught it at Schumann Center, but it's something that I feel that we have to refocus what we allow to come out of our mouths and what kind of energy that we allow to absorb off of us, because these babies are absorbing it, right? And we have to be more responsible. I've always said that. Make the music that you're going to make, fine, great. Please have a balance, right? So that we can realize that when we take that term hip hop, that is a huge responsibility when you get on that stage with that mic. What kind of energy are you spewing in this community? Or, I'm not a rapper, I don't make music, but I just can't find a way to make myself feel better. Well, we can make a goofy little song. Hey, are you smiling, buddy? Because I'm smiling. Goofy little song that you're humming now. And you went from, I don't know how to make myself feel better. That song is goofy as hell, but I like that motherfucker.
Yeah.
And now I'm smiling. That small part of self-therapy infused with a little bit of hip hop, I take that to ordinary people to get you through your day. Because we have these times now where a lot of us are just down and we don't have any idea how to get up. So we go watch something outside of us. We'll watch your TV show or your jingle or listen to your song. Well, we all got our own heartbeat. We got our own beat. Why not have your theme song, your superhero song that plays in your ear? Yeah. You know, that's my song. I'm going to do my dance.
Hell yeah.
So I teach that as well.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I think that the power of creating anything, it's so, man, like, I wish that, like, I still had that feeling like back in the day when I first learned how to do beats and record stuff and like playing it back. Like, you know, it's never like that anymore. It's too, but I still love what I do.
I had it last night, bro. I don't have a lot of time to make music anymore, but I have my music studio. I'm very particular about who I record there. You could do a lot of stuff in Grind City, but the recording process there, I'm very particular because it's such an intimate process. There's a lot of energy being flown across. So you just can't come in there and spit any damn thing because my energy won't tolerate it. Your money is not that long for me. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about your money. When we come to recording music, it has to be something that my energy can sustain. But last night I was, looking at Grind City and I was doing my little dance because I've rearranged him a little bit to get him perfect for what we're going to do this year. And we'll get into that. And I was able to go and make some music, right? And I made this little song. And it was just like, oh man, I ain't felt like this in like 8 years. Ooh! I love it. I thought it was a banger. It's not a banger. It's whack. But I felt like it was, right? Because I hadn't felt that in a long time.
That's what's important. And I think that sometimes, especially in our social media culture now, everybody's so concerned about doing things for other people instead of doing something for themselves. And it's just like,
or they're overconsumed with doing for themselves that they forget other people. There is no balance.
Sure.
That's what's wrong. It's either way up or way down or either side. We don't have the balance. So, I've always had the mindset to try to balance stuff. Even when I looked at throwing shows, and I tell these promoters this now, when you look at throwing shows, you need to look at it in 4 different aspects. From the fan view, the promoter view, the venue owner view. There's one more. Fan view, promoter view, venue owner.
I mean, I would say the people that you're choosing to perform.
The performer. Yeah, duh. So what does everybody get from this, right? So if you look at how I did the buffet series, I book my shows in a year in advance. I also paid for them a year in advance. So those shows were paid for before anybody sold a ticket. So the venue owner, we're good. You keep your bar, I keep my door. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. So we took care of the venue owner. He's satisfied. So now I got the fan, I got me as the promoter, and I have the artist. So let's move to the artist now because we need the artist to work. How can I make this beneficial for this artist? Okay. Well, you're going to get this amount of time on stage. Hey, we're going to live stream it. And everybody's like, what's that? Okay, cool. I don't have any friends that's not in Pittsburgh, so it doesn't matter. But the people that came in from out of town appreciated that. But then, hey, you feel like I need to make something from the show. Okay, well, here's some tickets, right? So if you have to pay me, make your money back. Now, either you're going to grind and get your money back, or you're going to give them away so you can have a crowd. That is your decision, but you need to pay me. So now me, as the promoter, I'm getting something, and you, as the artist, can have a way to get something back. Also be featured on this show. Also be featured on the DVD. Also be featured on the commercials that we put on TV. So who's left? The fan.
Yeah.
What does the fan get? What did the fan get, Sykes? The fan got food.
Yeah.
The fan got a great spread of food.
It was literally the hip-hop buffet.
It was literally the hip-hop. So, and people were like, well, that's just expensive. Yes, if you're going to be a promoter, be prepared to spend your money.
Yeah.
And hopefully you make it back. We're not thinking on the lines of that balance with anything that's going on right now. It's me and y'all. Bosses is up here. Fuck a boss. If we can balance this shit again, where everyone eats, you won't have this hate. And that allows for us to get the fake ones out the goddamn way.
Yeah. I think the thing that bothers me the most when I talk with other artists that complain about ticket sales, it's okay. Sure. You know, you're not being forced to buy these tickets. You're not being forced to play the show. If you don't want to play the show, I guarantee you somebody else will take that spot. But if you are going to take this spot and you're going to sell these tickets, not only are you making a little bit of money from selling the tickets, but as a growing artist, you're learning how to sell your brand.
So I came up with something for that at Grand City now.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you're learning how to fucking
you have to
promote
know how to
yourself.
push your brand.
Tell people, if you can't convince fucking 15 people to come see you
you
in your own hometown,
you're fucked.
what do you think?
And the thing is, if you do sell the tickets, if you're opening up for Wiz or they're not coming to see you. They're coming to see Wiz. And what you have to do now in this day and age, because records don't sell, you have to convince a promoter that you can bring 15, 20 people to a show. So what we came up with at Grand City is something called Grand City Unplugged. It's a half an hour live stream show for somebody. The show's actually an hour. But you have an option to bring 10, 15, or 20 people. It's a private show. You pay me an amount, 10, 15, or 20, whichever one you decide, and I'll give you a GC code. Okay? So ain't no money out the door. You tell your people, you're 15 people, you get your guest list lever, they got this code. Now, if you can sell that code for as much as you want, or you can give it away. But the goal is to get people in that building so you can have the proof that you can sell yourself and your brand. It's live streamed. It's documented. So now you don't got to be, yeah, I could do it. Prove it. Well, no. Here go the show.
Sure.
We did this at Grand City is live show. Here go the show. You should let me open up for da-da-da-da-da. I can sell the tickets. So now the promoter's not sitting around biting his fingers wondering if he's going to get his money at the end of the night because they've shown that they have 15 people. So what we want to do is teach people to learn how to get 10, 15, 20 people just to see you, not the people you opening up for. Because this is what artists have to understand. They ain't coming to see you. They hope they can get backstage with the star. So you have to, like you said, you have to learn how to push yourself as a brand. So those are the tools that we're developing, and that's what we're using Grand City for as a breeding ground.
And, a lot of people throw out, like, oh, fuck pay to play and things like that. It's going to be pay to play from day one until you fucking die. It doesn't matter how big you get. You could be fucking Drake. The only
You're
reason
paying somebody.
The only reason those big fucking venues are allowing them to play his stadiums is because he could sell the tickets to get into that stadium.
He's proved it.
It's still a pay to play thing.
It's still to
no
pay
matter
to
what.
play, no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell these people. I say, I do independent media. Oh, well, why we got to pay for your cameras to come on? Because I bought them and I'm going to spend time filming you and editing you. Oh, well, Channel 11 doesn't charge us. Well, Channel 11 is going to give you 0.3 seconds of airtime. And trust me, if your video is not that important to them, they may not even show up.
Channel 11 has commercials and sponsors and shit.
They have people that pay.
Yeah.
Somebody's paying for that time. You have to pay for the time. And what the internet has done, it has spoiled people into thinking that they can do high quality shit by themselves and they don't have to pay anybody. So now it is completely decimated the small business aspect of independent music.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, we have to have these conversations. We have to bring it back to light. Stop trying to do every fucking thing by yourself, because some of us have invested time, money, and energy into making sure that this shit comes out right for you. Where you're not live streaming on your phone from the bathroom, or your friend is live streaming you on stage. People actually have the right equipment, I being one, that can come do that shit properly for you. Pay us. It's a business. And until you look at this as a business, stay the fuck off the stage, man.
Sure.
You're just clogging up the scene.
Yeah.
And then making it impossible for the people who understand that this is a business to get to the business people. They're wasting our time. And no one has time for that.
Yeah. I feel like it should be okay to tell somebody to go fuck themselves. If they're just,
I've got, because I have no problem with it, and that's the thing with being a button pusher now, being almost 50 now. Yeah, I know, but I'm a grandma now. I have a grandson.
Hey, congratulations!
Right? Thank you. I got a grandman. Shout out to my grandman. He's one. Yeah.
Life is beautiful.
Life is grand. But being able to sit down and have these conversations, I'm speaking to you from experience.
Yeah.
Period. Everything that I speak is something that I've encountered, is what I've done. And I wrote a book about it. It's called The Building Process. And a lot of people were kind of nervous about this book because they were like, oh, she wrote a book about Pittsburgh hip-hop. Oh, shit. Because we did some assholic shit to her. What is she going to talk about? In this book, I talk about the process of how I built JPB.
Sure. And you probably don't talk about any of those people that thought they'd be talked about, because they don't deserve that energy or that time.
It's a very positive book.
Yeah.
But it's talking about the process, how I think and how I used my experience of being a roadway engineer and how they built the road, and applied that to building what JPB had built. And I wanted to write it in kind of like a manual format where these young people can kind of follow along. These are some of the steps that you might want to consider taking when you want to go out here and get into this business. So it's kind of like a guide, you know what I'm saying? So check it out. It's on Amazon. It's called The Buttonpusha, The Building Process. Also check out The Buttonpusha Who. It's the documentary of The Buttonpusha. So when you see the documentary, you see the grind, and when you read the book, you see the reasoning why. And my very first album, The Buttonpusha Who, is on Amazon too, and that gives you the emotion of what I was going through at this time. So it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so awesome to see, you, because like the thing is that I always tell people, like, what we do, it's crazy trying to do this shit. It's like, why? Why? But there's like a drive in us that like,
I can crazy, right?
Yeah, you have to be. You have to be. I feel like I am fucking insane.
Bananas, yes.
But like, I love doing it, and it was, for me, it became a thing over some time where being a solo hip hop artist, it could be like really isolating because like I've always produced all my own beats and everything, and so much time is spent being isolated. And then like I go to these shows when I was playing a lot of hip hop shows, not always the most social events.
Yeah. They're cliquey.
People kind of.
Pittsburgh's very cliquey.
It's the world, it ain't even just Pittsburgh.
Yeah, true.
It's human beings.
Yeah,
It's some human shit. So being able to have like, okay, what can I do outside of the rap shit that's gonna make me feel like I'm actually like, ooh. Shit happens.
Hey, sorry.
It's all good.
It never happens to me before, guys. I usually turn my phone off.
It's all good.
We're going to turn it off now. All right.
What can I do outside of my music to really like be a part of the community
connected
and give back and start connecting with people? So I start this show and just start talking with people.
Dope.
And
I love the setup. This is beautiful. It sounds good. It looks good. You're going to go far with this. You're a great conversationalist. You ask great questions and you listen well. And believe me, that I've been interviewing people for a long time, and I had to learn my first couple years. I didn't listen. I talked way more than my artists, right? So I had to learn.
You talk?
Me? Yeah, right? Sheesh.
No way.
No way. Right? You know, it's weird because I'm actually, when I'm by myself, I'm very quiet. I'm a extroverted introvert, right?
Sure.
But when it comes to my brands, I light up like a light bulb. I don't have any problem telling you about my brands at all. I will not shut the hell up. I will talk all day about my shit. And it's encouraged. I don't want to talk to someone that has a business or a show and they're like, yeah, I'll just do a show, man.
Sure.
What? Well, you know, we talk to people. Really? Is that what you do? Because I can't tell. You have to have excitement and emotion and passion. I'm a passionate person. All that fire that Cash used to see come out of me, whatever they took it as, it was only passion. I love this shit, and you said you love it, so you need to have this damn passion too. And if you don't know how to get it, I'm going to kick it up in your ass so you spit it out your mouth. Get it. You know, that's how
Amen.
I felt. Yes, that's how I felt. So, you know, and I still feel that way. I'm just a little older and I see, you know, being business now is so different. You can't just go in there and go the hell off, right? Look, motherfucker, this is hip hop. Nah, this is a business. So you have to weigh things a little differently. And you got to sell.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have to sell anything before. It was, you want a stage? And get on the stage. That's what you got to do. So now this is like, with these younger people, it seems like for as arrogant as they are, they really have this underlying low self-esteem thing with them where they come out like, they talk like they're the shit. But when you really sit down with them, they don't really believe in themselves.
So many people spend all day looking at a screen, seeing what everybody else is doing. Yeah. So everybody's, you know,
comparing themselves
to other people, and it's all
and they're flawed.
A lot of it's fake.
They're all flawed and fake.
Well, nobody posts their flaws,
and that's the thing. I do, and I don't have a problem doing that. And I do that because I'm real, for one, and for two, I just don't give a fuck. I don't care, because who the hell are you to tell me that this is flawed?
Sure.
This might be the perfect remedy for some shit, but I won't know if I don't test the waters. But I see a lot of these babies, and when I sit down with them and talk to them about what they're spitting, and I ask them why they're spitting it, they can't tell me.
They heard somebody else say it.
Yeah. So I can't work with you. And then they want to cry and call me all kinds of names. Say, you come to me with some real shit and we can work.
Yeah.
But until I see that passion in your face of what you spitting, I know you lying, and I don't work with liars.
The other problem too is, you know, regardless of your art as a person, I feel like everybody's very valuable as a person.
Indeed.
But your fucking song ain't a big deal. It don't matter. Even if it's a great song in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't fucking matter.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's about like building a good experience and learning how to become a better person. The art is just like,
that's the release.
It's an accessory to your life.
That's the release, baby. That's the reward.
Yeah, it's just
that's
something.
The reward. You know, it's a part. It's like putting on your shoe.
Yeah, so I mean, if you have a good song, cool. If you write a bad song, it ain't a big fucking deal. Don't sweat over it.
And here's the thing, and this is the cool part about music. What I love so much about music is it might be the worst song in the world, but there might be a little boy in India that love that fucking song.
There's something for everybody.
You never know. You never know. So I don't like I said, I don't like to judge. I don't tell people this is a bad song. I didn't like it.
Sure.
I just didn't like it. Now, you can feel some kind of way if you value my opinion. But if I don't like it, I don't like it. No one likes my shit. So
I think the best thing to do is just do what you're passionate about. And don't waste time trying to don't waste time trying to impress people that you low-key don't even like.
You don't even like. And that's the funny shit. These motherfuckers will roll around with people that really is waiting to plot and kill them. Like, kill them. And that's your homie? You don't even like it. What's his last name? Where he live at? You don't even like this motherfucker. You don't even know what they like to eat. Like, I don't got friends, and I tell people that all the time. But yeah, I'm your friend. I'm a friend to a lot of people, but I don't have many friends. And don't take that personal if you're watching it. But seriously, you don't know me. I know, but you don't know me. But you do know what you know about me is I'm good. And I am good. So I remain being a good person to people. But personally, y'all cats don't know me, and that's all right. Because the person that you get to know is authentic, and she's good, and the things that you're going to get from her are going to benefit you. That's all you need to know.
I mean, I think it's important for somebody in your position to have that separation. Because otherwise, you're going to drive yourself fucking crazy.
Shit had got dangerous for me for a while there. Around the time when they did the first, I had started the Hip Hop Buffet Series Awards, and then they did the Pittsburgh Hip-Hop Awards after that, and then called herself inviting me or whatever. And I went down there and seen it was a sham, and I went off and put the song on the internet by the time they got home. Yeah, motherfuckers was threatening my life about that bullshit. And that's when I realized that I wasn't scared because, I'm from the hood, but it was just like, wow, y'all will really ride for some fake shit. So you can't really get to know me, because the person that's underneath the person you think that you see, she's a really beautiful being, and you don't deserve to know her if you want to threaten my life over a fake award, right? So I had to build a different type of relationship with Pittsburgh. I love y'all, and if I ever told you I love you still. However, I had to get that. I had to kind of step back, like, and look at that. Like, I'm looking at people aligning. I'm looking at the alignments, and I'm standing there by myself. I see it clear as day. I mean, I could say the names if I needed to, but I don't. And I see the alignment, and I'm like, wow, this is wicked. What the fuck are I really in? What am I really in? Because, JPB had always been its own entity. And when I seen that, I said, we're going to keep it that way. And everything that I build will work with whoever wants to work with us, but it will always remain its separate entity. I will not link and claim your shit, because I don't know what your shit really is.
Sure.
Right? So we have to be careful when you work with people, because I'm an energy person. I'm all about energy. So if your energy ain't right, I will dip the fuck out. Deuces. Bye. You hungry? No, I ain't eating. No, I'm cool. You gotta have the right energy. And these young people have to be careful, because they're so willing to get in just to be seen, that you don't wrap yourself around some wicked ass energy, and you doing stuff that you wouldn't normally do, and now you don't know how to stop.
Yeah.
Right? So it's deep out here. It's deep out here. And the only way I know how to fight it is to remain a love being, remain a good person, and keep that separation.
Yeah, the problem is because there's only so much that you can control.
Indeed.
The main thing that you can control is the environment that you put around yourself and those people. Yeah. So if anybody has some fucked up energy and they're coming into your circle, you just they gotta get it out of there. I mean, it's like you can wish them the best and hope that they find a better path for themselves, but
and I've done it.
You can't fucking control what anybody else is doing outside of your shit.
Man, I'm telling you, when I first got Ground City, I had this grand idea. Oh, man. So I'm going to bring this crew in, and they could be the camera crew, and then we can have these people over here and do this part. It was supposed to be this working machine, right?
Yeah.
And I got them people in there, and I'm like, I had an engineer. I'm like, hey, this place has rules. You know what I'm saying? You want to smoke weed, go out in the back there. I got cameras in the fucking place.
I already know where this is going.
All right, I'm looking at the camera. I said, don't eat in the motherfucker. These motherfuckers eating chili dogs in my studio. I'm looking at the camera. I got to evict you. I'm looking at this guy that got the dopest camera equipment in the world. I'm struggling with one Canon. They got 6 of these motherfuckers. And nobody wants to work. You using my shit as a warehouse. You got to go. So it just got to a point where it's like, I'm back down to 1. I'm cool with that. Because I get more shit done by myself than I ever got done working with multiple groups of people who wanted to say they were with me. So I said, well, let me build something where I can control that.
Yeah.
And put out what I know is going to be high quality, because my hands are on it. I put my hands in my shit. So, oh, Buttons, you don't like to delegate. You don't trust people. It's not about that. I've trusted. This is how I know what I'm capable of doing and what I'm not. So I'm only going to put out there what I know I'm capable of giving.
The people that say shit like that are people that haven't gone through what you've gone through. Indeed. Or stuff like I relate with you 100%. I've just dealt with so many unreliable people, and either you get it or you don't get it. You know what I mean? It's like,
you don't.
I'm just asking you to like do something as simple as like respect my space, show up on time, and you can't even fucking do that. Like that, I get it.
But I'm the problem.
That's a red flag for everything.
That's small. That's what. That's what I said. I had a young man I was teaching on stage presence, and the first couple times he came to the class, I knew he had been drinking, and I'm like, I work you. When we finally get to the performance aspect of this class, I work the shit out of you, chest burning type shit.
Yeah.
But for the first 35 minutes of what's supposed to be an hour long, I gotta argue with you because you're half fucking drunk. And you're coming down off your high. You're coming up. So you're this difficult ass fucking person for this little bit of money. And you wonder why I don't want to work with you, man.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that shit.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that because they think people are just supposed to take them the way that they are. I feel you and I respect that statement. However, the minute that you decide that you want to come into someone else's realm, you need to check yourself.
It's like they're coming to you for help. So you're
coming to my world and you cannot come dominate my world.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that. And that is the weird part that comes into being a female in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's that weird part because the game is dominated by men. So men are alphas. Well, I'm an alpha female, especially when you in my shit.
That's putting it lightly.
Especially when you in my shit, right? So it's like, hey, bruh, hey. Grab your balls over there. I ain't mad at you. But when you come here, we need to have a set balance. And the balance is this is my shit. Now, I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to be rude. But you are not going to come dominate in here. It's not going to work. I've had to put multiple people out of Grind City. Not some physically throw them out on their ass, but like, look, you just can't work here no more, fam. Because this is not your shit. And it's never going to be your shit. Please, by all means, feel free to go get your own shit. And I applaud you for your efforts.
Oh, yeah.
But this is my shit. And you're not going to come dominate this. This place has rules. If I say pink socks, motherfucker, wear pink socks. And if you don't want to wear them motherfucking pink socks, get the fuck out. And I want Grind City pearlies on them motherfuckers. Yeah. This is my shit. Now, I would never go to that extreme.
I know.
But sometimes you have to present it with that attitude so they can understand this is my shit. I don't have to do that anymore. But the first 2 years,
sure,
it was like, knuckle up, motherfuckers, let's go. So people are starting to really understand Buzz is cool. Just don't fuck with her. I'm not to be fucked with.
It's not even, it's like, yeah, I mean, don't fuck with anybody in general. Yeah. Be a fucking respectful person.
Well, they don't exist anymore. Sometimes you gotta.
No, they do. They're out there.
Well, you're kind of cool.
No, I think respectful people do exist, but I think it's important to let people know
it's okay
what's up, and that you'll start
to be respectful.
You'll start attracting that energy, and yes, it's okay. It's okay. Cool to be respectful.
It's cool. It's a fad. No, it should be your life. It's cool to be smile. It's cool to be happy.
I think that, like, again, that thing with like showing up late to things and like being that kind of person, it's just like a lot of people don't understand that like something as simple as that, it speaks so much on your character as a whole.
It's a character flaw. People don't understand that. They think that, oh, when I get big, it'll change. You don't automatically start to learn how to be on time.
Sure.
That's either you practice that now when you have nothing, or you're going to lose. If you make it here, you're going to lose.
It's not like somebody is like, say somebody at their work, say like they're like super tidy at their workspace, but at home they're a slob.
They're a slob.
No, it's probably you're a slob all over the place.
Yeah.
If you're late here, you're probably late everywhere.
Work. Yeah. And I can't fix that.
If I can't trust you to,
not steal from me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're probably a thief.
Sure. Like those sort of things. Like you can just pick those things out in people. And especially this is like something, this isn't work. Like, I mean, I guess it is work to some degree, but it's like I'm providing a service for something that you supposedly love and want to do.
But see,
and
that's
if you
the
can't
thing.
even give a fuck about
they don't respect that as a service. That's the problem. See, they think this shit is free and easy. Start adding some value to this shit. Start saying this is how much it fucking costs. And we see when you change the game. And that's the difference between JPB and Grind City. Because JPB gave away a lot of shit. Grind City ain't giving away a lot of shit. So I take quality over quantity.
Understood.
Right? So, but that's what it is. A lot of these young people, oh, you need us to do your show. You won't have one. Correction. I don't need you. There's someone else.
And if the show doesn't happen, it's not a big deal.
It's not going to kill me.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm an artist. I'll sit here and talk to my damn self.
I'll cancel the show and just do a live stream. Fuck everyone.
Fucking make beats.
Yeah. I'll go to bed doing something productive.
Whatever I want to do, and I will show the world that I did it.
Yeah, with or without you.
Yeah, yes. And that's always been my attitude. Love to do it with you, but I will do it without you. And I think people are starting to realize that whatever you thought about Buttonpusha, she must have been on a pretty good wavelength because she's 24 in now. I'm 24 years in. My son turned 28 this year.
That's insane.
28.
Crazy.
I started this shit when he was 4 going on 5.
Yeah.
So I must got something right. Must be doing something. I've outlasted a lot of motherfuckers in this city.
If it feels right for you and you feel good about it, that's all you fucking need.
I fucking love what I do.
It doesn't fucking matter. Anything else.
Love it.
Life is, it's complicated, but in a lot of aspects, it's so much simpler than a lot of people like let it out to like try to make it be. Everybody's like, they overcomplicate this shit. And it's just like, just find something that you're passionate about. Just love to do it and just do it.
And the other stuff that you gotta do. See, I work. I have a regular fucking job.
Sure.
Right? But I do that job because I love this over here. This over here ain't feed me, so I need to eat. And I want to keep this over here. So I'm going to do this job and I'm going to do it well so I don't have any problems over here. So I can come down here and do what I love to do.
Because you're a responsible, functioning member of society.
Hey, I made it, Mom!
No, it's
real
just
shit. But that's the way it's that balance, Sykes. It's always about the balance. Everything is about the balance. And if we can get that, I would really love to make that just the point of this show, the point of emphasis. When you approach people, make sure you approach them with some type of balance. Because you can't go like this and not be willing to give something.
And nothing's gonna be handed to you.
Nothing.
And it's like there's people that I know that are artists in the community that don't have any fucking material,
for years,
no decent job,
for
nothing,
years,
just bums. And it's like, why is it some of the most prolific artists that I know work 2 or 3 jobs on top of putting out all this art? Because you being able to work speaks to your character and gets you into the mode to work. It's like the more you do, the easier it is to actually produce.
Yes. This is a grind. So when you work, my thing has always been, if I work 10 hours for a job a day, for that job, I work 10 hours for myself.
Yeah.
Whatever I give a job a day, I take that same amount of time and I don't care if I don't sleep. I don't care. I give that to my company as well. I'm not going to work harder for you than I am for me, period. But people don't understand the concept of a work ethic.
Yes.
There are 10 points about you that you could do that requires no money. And that one thing we've been speaking about all night is being on time, being clean, having a good attitude. There are things you could do to build your character right now that requires no money and makes you very valuable to other people. And being on time is on the top of that list.
And then even just the aspects of responsibility, selling tickets for a show. That's work, but that teaches you
the grind.
It teaches you the grind. And honestly, if you work a job at a restaurant or something, you're still learning how to wake up on time, be responsible, be a hard worker, discipline. Those things really build up your character. And then all of a sudden now you have discipline to go to the studio.
What happened is, we had a whole bunch of people who got up and did whatever they wanted to do all day. And sell drugs, it still requires a discipline. I don't care what you do. Whatever your hustle is, it requires some type of discipline. But they thought they were free because they could do it whenever they wanted to. And they took that free-minded attitude and brought it to the rap game. And they had the money to go with it. So it created the atmosphere. It created a facade to the people watching. They ain't see the back. They don't show you the grind up to. It takes 10 years to become an overnight success, but they don't show you that. They didn't show you all the shit Jay-Z and Too Short went through. They don't show you how much money Jay-Z threw out there just to put himself in the front like he was a rich dude, which he had to go have the discipline to sell the drugs to get the money. They don't show you all of that. All they showed was drug dealer, success guy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So these cats watching it going, oh, well, if I bring money to the gang, if I pay for it, then that's it. You treat me like the king. Oh, damn. You might ain't that long to me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're going to respect my shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about your money. I don't care. I'm not a money motivated person. I realize that I got bills to pay. So I'm about my business. And that business includes me getting my paper. But I'm not a money motivated person. I don't get up in the morning and be like, I got to get everybody money. I got to get it. That's not how I work. I get up and I say, where's my energy at? Let me get my energy right. Let me go do the things that I need to do so I can get to Grind City.
Yeah.
And create something that's going to generate me some money, right? So I do money generating things every day, but I'm not a money motivated person. I don't get up and greed. It's not eating me my soul. I don't look at money like that. Money's a weird energy. You have to be careful with it. But people don't realize the more you give it, the more you get it.
Sure. You're finding a way to, monetize your passion.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
Instead of monetizing other people's greed and ego, you're monetizing what you love.
What I love. And I'll help you do that too, if you want to. But if you come fucked up and sideways, you'll leave fucked up and straightened up. Because I will straighten your ass up before I kick you out. You don't go sideways when you leave. You come in sideways, you come out straightened all the way the fuck. You gonna understand some shit by the time you leave, believe. But yeah, I just love the journey that we've been able to have over these last 20 years and to still see us do it and have a good time. Man, I commend you. This is dope.
No,
I see the time.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
it's almost an hour.
We usually hit an hour, so I'm getting ready to wrap things up.
Yeah, I see it, but thank you so much.
No, I appreciate it. So before we do wrap everything up, can you just, you got a lot of stuff, but I know that there's a website
it's very
where
simple.
People can go.
grindcity.biz. Not .com, .biz. grindcity.biz. Log on, learn everything about what Grind City does.
That has to it's not focusing.
It's not focusing.
That's okay. It's all right.
grindcity.biz.
You know how to do it.
Right. Log on. You can also download the mobile app on Google Play. It's not on Apple yet because I can't afford them motherfuckers yet.
Fair enough.
Man, them motherfuckers, they will pay $100 here anywho. So download the Watch Grind City TV app. You can see our live stream broadcast.
How often are you doing live streams and things like that?
They are appointments.
Oh, okay.
And so it's promoted. It's like when you do a show.
Yeah.
So they're very well promoted. I put commercials and flyers for my stuff. I used to do a show every week, every month, but people became very inconsistent. So I was like booking shows and motherfuckers wasn't showing up. And my shit's live. It's live.
I've thought about that. That was a lot of people have been asking me if I want to start doing a live stream. And it's like, I would love to do it, but it's, if somebody doesn't show up,
you're stuck with that time. So what I would do, I have no problem getting on talking or saying the show's been canceled. But what I started to do was saying, hey, you're going to pay for this shit. Because when you do my show, you don't just get interviews. You get interviews, you get your music video played, you get your songs played, and you perform. So it's a whole thing around you. So if you want to play with that, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. So when you start adding value to what it is that you do, you get more serious people. So they're as appointments, but I have a few different shows. I don't just have one show. I have Go Live TV Hours interview, GC Unplugged. I'm coming out with a monthly speakeasy open mic. They're live stream, but they're all very, very private. You have to book. You have to have a code. So there's a method to my madness of how I do things. Grind City is not for everyone, but everyone can watch it live.
Sure.
So log on to the site, get information about what I'm talking about. Don't forget to check out my book, The Building Process, DBP by DBP, and also the Buttonpusha Who documentary, both available on Amazon Prime, Amazon.com, and don't forget to get the album.
So much to plug. So nice to catch up with you again.
It's great to see you.
I definitely need to stop by the Grind City sometime.
I got to interview you. I get you an interview down there. Show you how I go.
We'll do it. We'll flip it. You can
flip it over.
Flip the, you know.
You come do some music.
Turn
man.
the tables, do the thing. Yeah, I got a whole band now, so it's a more complicated situation. But I could try to do it solo. Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk because my stage ain't little. I mean, it's.
Yeah. I perform with a whole band now. So.
Oh shit! That's
doing the
dope.
thing. I definitely like I said back in whenever like things kind of split, you know, like I always had that rock background in me. It was just kind of like that was the path I took. It just made sense for me.
Hey,
so
do your thing.
Hey,
you're an artist, bro.
Here we are.
I love it. Great job. This is dope, man. Check out this show. Get down here, get interviewed.
Yeah.
It's dope. It makes sense for you.
And that is all, folks. Thanks so much for listening. One more time to Buttonpusha. Thank you for being here.
Thanks,
I really appreciate it. I'll be back again in a couple days with another episode. Same time, same place, same channel. You know the drill. My name is Sykes. Start the beat 2020. Woo, woo. Thanks for listening. And we are out. Thank you. GrindCity.biz. Check them out.
Check us out.
And we're done. Just going to fade this shit out. And that's it. That's an interview. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, man. That was fun. Gotta take some pictures real quick.